Hello, my darling Fumi Nation. How are you? So happy to be back with my wonderful Aretha Abimbola. Aretha, welcome back, my darling.
Hello. Hi, everybody. Welcome, welcome. Thank you very much for having me again.
Okay, my darling Fumi Nation. So we have Aretha here, and we have decided for now to leave our darling Brigitte Macron at bay, only because other things have taken place. And I am getting so many requests in my DMs about Charlie Kirk, about his memorial, about how quickly his wife Erika has gone back to work. Do we even believe that Charlie Kirk was assassinated? I also found out that Charlie Kirk and Tyler both have the same middle name, James.
No.
So I'm going to give Erika the floor. All of this Charlie Kirk saga doesn't add up.
I couldn't agree more. You know, when it first happened, my first thought was, I don't want to watch it. A man's dying and it's all over Twitter and TikTok. But then as time went on, we started seeing different narratives come out. So the first thing I then heard was, oh, we're going to get them. And I don't know if you remember, the first thing that they kind of said was they're going to the HBU, Black African American schools. So this was before we even knew who the killer was, got to be the leftists, the woke lot. And then as time went on, we found out that it was this white boy whose parents and family were staunch MAGA supporters. And then they started spinning the narrative that, oh, he's got a trans girlfriend. So it's almost like his family may be MAGA, but he's not, you know, he's not fully, he's part of the woke lot. And, you know, these trans folks, they're coming to get us. So it was the fear mongering. And I'm just thinking, look at a person has died. And all we're interested is what narrative has been spun about the killer. It feels to me like it was a very sloppy put together story. But then also on the flip side, where we saw that clip of a book about Charlie Kirk's assassination.
Charlie Kirk murder thickens. Look at this book called The Shooting of Charlie Kirk. What's strange about it? The publication date. It was published on September 9th, which is a day before he was shot. Here it is again. It was since taken off, but here's the publication date. It's not a time zone issue, okay? Because he was shot mid-afternoon. So what does this mean? I think after we find the murderer, this is going to make a lot more sense, because once we know who it is, we'll understand if it was a planned event or not. We will see. Follow and save this post.
He was assassinated on the 10th. That book was on Amazon on the 9th. And then once it started gaining traction on TikTok, that look at this, hang on a minute, something happened yesterday. And then authors in the book, you know, in the comment section started saying it takes at least 72 hours to clear a book. And that's if you are moving at a speedy pace. So all of a sudden, I started, that kind of got my spidey senses going and thinking, hang on a minute, something is, you know, something in the milk's not quite right. Now, we also have to remember, on the actual day it happened, when you go to the footage, there was another older white man who was being carted off. We saw him and he said, I did it. What in the sitcom crazy TV show is going on here?
Yeah. And when they arrested him, it was so sickening to me because I wasn't prepared for what he was going to say. He said,
"This is the older man, you mean?"
The older man.
Yes.
Okay. That he had child pornography on his computer. That's why they arrested him. They would have let him go as some crazy person. But he went on to say that he had child pornography. And they did double check it. And it was absolutely so. And he is in prison right there. He's right. He's also going for those charges. I knew of Charlie before he passed away. But it wasn't, you know, because of what he said about Black Lives Matter, Black women, and how they were not intelligent enough. And if you saw, you know, Black university student in all of these Ivy League schools, it was because they were trying to fill up the percentage and all of this. You know, I dismissed a lot of what he said. I listened also to vlogs of himself and his wife, how He really pushed for young women, get married right away. These were 18-year-olds, 20-year-olds, 22-year-olds. Get married, get married. And I thought to myself, it might be good for you, but it's not good for everyone. These young
Exactly.
girls should live their lives. So that was how I felt, you know. And then this Nicolas Cage film, Circulating Snake Eyes, it's so eerie. It gives me goosebumps all over.
Guys, there is an insane connection with what happened with Charlie Kirk and a movie that came out in 1998. So the movie is called Snake Eyes and it starred Nicolas Cage. And the movie was about a man named Charles Kirkland who got shot in the neck at a public event. Now, in the first 10 seconds of the movie, there is a sign for this event, and it says that it takes place on September 10th. So in this movie, the killer killed Charles Kirkland on September 10th, which is when our Charlie Kirk got killed. And it gets even crazier because the killer in this movie is called the Executioner, and he is a distraction for the person who actually did the killing of Charles Kirkland. And get this, the person who took the rap for it in the movie's name is Tyler. Tyler. You know, the same thing that happened to Charlie Kirk. Tyler Robinson. And on the box for this movie and on the trailer of this movie, underneath where it says Snake Eyes, it says, "Believe everything but your eyes." Guys, what is happening?
And this memorial that they had for Charlie Kirk, it didn't add up for me. People act very differently under duress. Some people act really normally and then they crash. And I'm relating this to Erika. Erika might look very strange right now because the big majority would be so devastated they haven't even recovered enough to even have a memorial, let alone for her to come on stage highly coiffed, dressed, hair, glam. She would have been in the front row with a veil, with support on both sides, staggering only to make it. She's already back on the podcast of Charlie Kirk.
And so part of the reason why I agreed to come on, because this is not going to be a forever thing of me being on hosting the show, was because I gave assurance to people that Turning Point USA is continuing, and it is. I mean, we are so blessed to have more work than we even could ever dream of. I mean, it's beautiful, and Turning Point Action, full steam ahead, so powerful. All of the other programs within Turning Point USA, everyone knows what they're doing. Everyone has their marching orders. And the show, when we talked about this, became very intimate for me because I was there from the beginning of all of it.
They've already raised $5.5 million amongst millionaires. The same week that Charlie Kirk was shot, she was there, you know, standing, talking on his behalf and how I'm going to take over. There are so many things that that have been sent to me by Fumi Nation, and how she was a Miss Arizona, of which Donald Trump owned Miss USA. So they knew each other.
If you can go back to Miss USA 2012, what a story you would have to tell.
Our fantastic musical guests, Cobra, Starship, and Akon, and to our wonderful correspondents, Jeannie Mai and Kelly Osbourne. Great job.
And of
You know who that is, Miss Arizona? That's Charlie Kirk's wife.
course, the owner of the Miss Universe organization, Donald Trump.
Things are about to change.
Oh, he knew all her.
It's like, so it means you've been sowing in and out these seeds of people that we just somehow think have come together. But little do we know, these people have been strategically placed in position.
And we had Donald Trump dancing. Dancing and singing along, you know, at the memorial. She was trying to get a moment with him. He was all about everything else but that day. as far as I am concerned.
It was the most bizarre. It was all about his
What is
narrative.
going on today with this? Just look at me in lights and stars. The moment I said it,
Yeah,
did you see
exactly.
that? I really don't know what's going on.
So if you put your thumbs up or things like that, it ends up doing bubbles. So I think it's picking up on hand gestures. But to be fair, you're absolutely right. I mean, the whole Donald Trump, just the facts, I think the point that you touched on that I really want to drive home are two things that you said. One, the memorial, none of it was personal. And I'm thinking maybe I want to play devil's advocate on both sides. On one hand, the fact that you've touched on Miss Erika being incredibly polished. I was thinking about it this morning when I was out for my jog, and I was thinking, but you know what? She's a beauty pageant holder. So there's part of me that thinks, okay, maybe it's her perfect media training that has got her so well put together that she's able to put her game face on, even in the midst of going through such a horrific, incident.
I was a pageant queen, and
Okay.
I promise you, and I tell you, you would not see me for months on end. But that is me.
True.
There was a wonderful film that Meryl Streep acted in. It was called A Cry in the Dark. Fantastic. About a dog who took her child. And because she was so calm, cool, and collected, she wasn't believed. And she went to prison. Tyler Perry came out with a film just recently, Straw.
Oh yes, with Taraji P. Henson.
Yes, and remember, it was only at the end that we found out that the daughter had died many
she
weeks
was
ago.
hallucinating, of course.
Yes.
She was. Yes.
Yes.
Okay.
So I say all of that to say that maybe Erika is not really fine-tuned what's happened to her because
Possibly.
it's not normal.
That's what I was thinking. I wouldn't even begin to know how to hold it together. But I'm thinking maybe she's had some kind of specialist training that we are not privy to. Or like you said, maybe she's just been swooped up and told, go, go, go. And she's still in that fight or flight mode. But that's just one thing. Even if we were to put that to the side and say, okay, grief makes people act in strange and bizarre ways. So let's park that for a second. Like you said, it's the memorial service, not a single family member, not
a friend
you went to school with, exactly, not a friend. Everybody that came up there seemed to come up there with a political agenda. Mostly,
it was so showy.
Yes, exactly. That's the word. It was just a big show, and I was thinking, why is this being displayed? Such a personal moment to be kind of played out in this way, and he's not being given a moment to grieve, for the family to grieve privately,
compounded with this assassination from a 22-year-old who took a perfect shot,
right?
One shot, with that crowd, with that control, with that discipline. All right, he grew up with guns, but I found it rather strange that this lone shooter who took a muzzle, dismantled it, jumped down, had it in his leg, but yet the two knees bent down. Then he assembled it again in the bush, wrapped it in a towel, and put it in a box. There's a gentleman called Michael Savage.
Did anyone see that press conference by the so-called FBI? Something's wrong. I know I shouldn't do this. I'm risking an awful lot to go up against this FBI, the MAGA FBI. Something's very wrong with what I just heard. I mean, I watched it. I was hoping that they had caught the bastard who shot Charlie. So we saw a video of a person jumping off the roof. It looked very legitimate to me. However, there was no rifle in his hand. Now, the Mauser does not break down very easily, incidentally, for those of you who know weapons. Something's wrong with the whole thing. They're trying to claim he removed the barrel from the Mauser and fit the receiver and stock in his backpack and barrel in his pants, like all in 2 seconds. It is not easy to remove a Mauser barrel or index it after reinstalling and remain accurate. We are not hearing or seeing reality. And by the way, the photo of the rifle allegedly left in the woods has the barrel installed. So we're supposed to believe a guy is on the run after killing Charlie Kirk, and he pauses in the woods to reinstall a barrel, and then he leaves it for us to find, the FBI to find. I don't believe a word of it. I shouldn't do this. I know I'm putting myself at risk, but I can't take it anymore. I can't take the bullshit from this fucking government. It's lying to us. Something's wrong.
It didn't make sense to me. It did not make sense to me. And I do not believe that this guy, Tyler, killed Charlie Kirk. I don't believe it.
I'm with you. Do these people think we are that stupid? Because like you rightly said, Tyler's 22. You've got a moving target. Literally moments before the shot, Charlie Kirk bent down, picked up some water, took a swig. There's people in the background. Everything's moving. It would have to be a professional that's military trained to have a laser-like focus on your single individual. And even then, they now pick up on people doing hand signals in the background. So originally they thought, oh, it's a lone shooter. We've got him. Girlfriend's trans. So that's the motive, basically, is what they're saying. Because obviously, Charlie is a Christian nationalist, so they're insinuating that, oh, he hated him because of his views, yada, yada, yada. Apparently,
and that was why they put in the trans girlfriend, because we haven't heard from the trans girlfriend. If there really was a trans girlfriend, we would have seen her. She would have said one or two. Nothing.
Exactly. So I think the shooting happened at 12 something p.m. By 6 p.m., this Tyler guy is out getting ice cream.
Yes. Doesn't make sense.
I mean, who would be that cool? Who would be that cool on the same day?
When Charlie was assassinated, right away there were red flags instantly, because it was just one shot. Had it been 2 shots, 3 shots, then I would have been, it was a shootout and he got caught in the crossfire. For anybody to have been that accurate, and it had to be, there can be no casualties with these children. You cannot afford to make a mistake. This was closer than we thought.
Exactly.
And it was not Tyler James that killed Charlie James.
I don't believe so either. This Tyler guy is not suicidal. His father did not give him up. He did not say that. But you're right, why can't we hear from the father? And I get that maybe he doesn't want to be in the public eye, or we've never heard from it. These are all second-hand accounts that we're hearing from. Another thing that I want to touch on as well, that I think, you know, to me was also like, there's so many screaming red flags that I'm just like, this is sloppy. Either the powers that be are getting incredibly sloppy, or they are seriously underestimating the power of social media. We are all in a big brother moment where everything is on camera these days, so nothing can be missed.
And that is why nothing is missed. You see, you know, when John F. Kennedy was assassinated, there was no social media. There were voices that were quietened. There were voices that were silenced. There was FBI that showed up at your door and told you, we'll come after your family. We'll come after your job. We'll come after everything. Try it and see. There were people that were paid off because there was no social media. We live in a big brother world. Best believe. We are doing. And all those smartphones, because I watched it and I couldn't sleep because it made me feel very scared that anybody, anywhere, you don't even know. And Charlie had his bodyguard there. Even if he had a bulletproof vest, he was aimed at the neck.
Exactly.
The bulletproof vest would have done nothing.
He didn't stand a chance. When the powers that be want to control, what's the best way to do it to create an element of fear? This one's easy because we're both in agreement. Something's not quite right about this situation. And I think what I would definitely urge everybody to do is just have rebellious curiosity, okay? Be a critical thinker about what's going on and just keep your eyes open to what's coming out. It's very obvious that something is afoot. What it is, we're not completely sure. But as time goes on, more and more information is coming out that's making it more clear that things are not as they seem. And I'll just leave it there.
Thank you very much, Aretha. I have to agree with you. My instincts tell me otherwise, and my instincts are never wrong. Something is not right. And all of this book that was to come out, Snake Eyes, Erika behaving the way that she's behaving, all of it is the perfect storm because it's forcing us, force feeding us to take something that is not.
Exactly.
And that's why I know that all of this right here, the hooks. Fumi Nation, thank you very much. We love you. We will be back. Just drop it down in the comments what you think, what you want us to do on a regular basis. Aretha will be here on a regular basis on Sundays. Do not forget to follow her on Instagram, on TikTok, on YouTube here on this platform as well. We will also try and go live so that we can talk with you guys, have you also come up onto the platform so we can hear your conversations. But yeah, this is extremely odd. Until next time, my darlings, do not forget to like, to subscribe, hit the notification button, and we will see you what? We'll see you sooner than later.
Very much, guys. Bye.
Oh my God, I am so excited. I am so excited, my darlings. We have officially launched the FDV website and we have what? We've got products, we've got merch, we've got t-shirts, we've got tote bags. I am so excited. A lot of you said, Fumi, when are the t-shirts coming? And I want to tell you that I am terribly humbled. I had launched this exclusively at the meet and greet. And for the life of me, I did not know that we would sell out. I had no idea. So I had to put the money back into the business so that I could get some more t-shirts and tote bags for you. And I want to say what a journey this has been. The two t-shirts that I have, and I'm wearing one now with the v-neck, and I measured it so that it comes right down. Whether you're big busted, whether you're small busted, it will come right down to the center without opening with the bust. And darlings, I have what is delayed is not denied, because everything started much later in my life. I got married at 40. I had Adrian at 48. I started YouTube at 45. I started my business at 55. And so I want you guys to know that what is delayed is absolutely what is not denied. And so I made these for you in white as well as in black. It is tagless because I react to tags. We have t-shirts where you have no tags, and these go all the way from an extra large to an extra small. Some of you will be wondering, Fumi, what size are you wearing? I am wearing an extra small. We also have it in black for you, so let me show you. What is delayed is not denied. There you go. So whatever your preference, if you like white, if you like black, go right ahead. I love both. It is absolutely fabulous. Everybody, anybody can wear this, and just look at how it goes all the way down. I love it. So it covers your bottom for those of you that are conscious. You can also tuck it in halfway as well, make it loose, loungy with your jeans, and then you can roll it up. You can style it any which way that you like. I love it because you can also layer it underneath your suits because it's getting colder now, and the quality is absolutely what? Absolutely fabulous. And for my ladies that are double X, you can get the extra large because it is that big. You're going to love them. Super soft. Put them in the wash. They don't shrink. They don't shift. They don't shed. I put a lot of work into this because it was really personal. And I wanted again to send a message that what is delayed is never denied. And that means that you're only prepping yourself for greatness. It will come to you with such greatness. The next t-shirt that I made was eating my salads and minding my business. I loved it. And that's how I got here, in essence. I ate my salads. I began to really have a healthier lifestyle. A healthier lifestyle, not only physically, but emotionally and mentally. Meaning that what no longer served me, I no longer wanted. I think that I just thought I can just bash myself around. I can abuse myself. I can ill-treat myself. You don't say beautiful things to yourself. But I would say it to everybody else. Oh girl, you're fabulous, gorgeous, this, that. I never said it to myself. And I began to realize that, Fumi, you know what? In the eating your salads is a representation of really taking a healthier stance to all of you, to everything of you. And salads are healthy, but you have the mental, you have the emotional. So I started speaking positively to myself. It was amazing. It really was amazing. I got more confident and I really began to love myself. And in part was when I started to say, Fumi, wear your natural hair. You are beautiful. You say it to others, you don't say it to yourself. And when I started to say it to myself, I began to have more confidence. I also realized that, Fumi, you don't have to be in any negative spaces. Negative anywhere. Because what? I am healthier. Hence the eating my salads. The minding my business was amazing. Because the more I minded my business, the more time I had to be productive with my life. Isn't that a trip? Oh my God. That is the real meaning of this. Mind my business. So I really wasn't into the gossip. I really wasn't into unproductive conversation. I sat at a table and every girl, lady, woman, female at that table was a CEO. When I tell you, we talked about production, we talked about fulfillment centers, we talked about where you can get better fabrics from Prague, from Portugal, from Bangladesh, from this, from that. I was rejuvenated. And I realized that, for me, when you stay away from stuff that does not serve you and is not productive to you, you truly mind your business. And I became a better mom. I became a better wife. I spent more time with the family. I enjoyed Adrian right across the board. That is a representation, because you are weeding out what no longer serves you mentally, emotionally, physically. Eating my salads and minding my business. They also come in an extra small, and it goes all the way to an extra large, and it's a bigger, loungier size. That's another thing, because I have been different sizes on this channel. Bigger busted, smaller busted. I've been curvy. I've been a limousine girl, and I loved every stage of me. I did. I really did. And that was why I said I'm going to make it a loose fit. Why? Because if you're a curvy girl, it will suit you. If you're a slimmer girl, it will suit you. If you're an athletic girl, it will suit you. It's no longer what you look like. Truly, it's how you feel. And my limousine girls and my curvy girls, do you know, at that stage was one of my happiest times of my life. Because it was when I gave birth to Adrian. This body created life, when I was told so many times that it couldn't. And that was how I really realized, it became so clear to me that, woman, you're amazing. Men can wear it too, my darling boys. I will come out with a crew neck, but I thought, let me come out with a V-neck so that you can put all of your jewelry. That's another thing. You can put all of your jewelry, you can put all of your necklaces. It's just enough for it to show. It is just enough. When I tell you, this took so long, and it's plain in front, and you got the message in the back. You see, when you're walking away, clicking in your heels, that's the message. I lived for it. So those are the t-shirts, my darlings. If they sell out, don't panic. Don't panic. I will order some more, okay? And then we have what? We have our tote bag. We have our tote bag with the thicker straps that you can carry with you, and you can take this to the gym. It's a sports bag. You can take it to the gym. You can take it to the supermarket. You can take it to work. It's got the logos on both ends, and I'm going to show you something also. You have a magnetic clip, so you can clip it in. It will hold in together. Also, when you pull it apart, you will have the label also in the bag, and then you've got a big purse right here to put all of your keys. But guess what? Multi-purpose, my darling. You can also fold this bag. So I'm going to show you as is. You just turn it in like so on both sides. There you go. You fold it. Guess what? You fold it into the opening pochette. And there you go. There you go. So you can have this as an extra shopping bag. You can have this as an extra bag when you're going anywhere, even on the airport when you're traveling. It's so handy. So handy. It's a canvas bag. It is absolutely washable. It does not change. And we have it in pink. We have it in orange. We have it in sky blue, of which I live and love. Yes, and then we also have it in ice cream because I love ice cream, and I also love yogurt. So baby girl, you are looking absolutely cute. I hope you enjoy these, my darlings. Thank you for the love. Thank you for the support. Thank you for riding with me. This is just the beginning, because the bras are coming, the slips are coming, the panties are coming, the makeup, the skincare, the Afro hair care kit is coming. It's all coming, my darling. This is a black-owned brand, and I am self-funded. My financier is my wonderful husband. Thank you. Thank you, Ula. Thank you for the unconditional love and support. I could never do any of this without him. You're so generous. And God bless you. And God bless you too, my beautiful Fumi Nation. And I am so excited. The link is below, and I will be sharing how to wear the t-shirts, different styles, different suits for you. Thank you so very much. God bless. Bye-bye. Yay! We have launched. We have launched. I'm so excited. I'm so excited. I'm just so excited. I am so excited. I am what? I'm so excited. I'm so excited. I'm so excited.